Hey everybody, this is Darth here, recording another adventure in the world of Feed the Beast. And today, what I'm going to do, and we're going to get right into it here, is we're going to get started working on my advanced storage system. Now, in my opinion, the best way to do this is in the Applied Energistics mod. I don't know if you're familiar with the ME storage systems, the ME computers, things like that. I absolutely love them, and I can't wait to get started with them. So what we're going to do today is we're going to build just a very, very basic ME storage system to begin my storage system. It is something that is going to grow. It's going to grow exponentially, but just for right now, we're going to build a very, very basic system, and we're going to build a system that's kind of piggybacking on all the chests that I have right now anyways. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with the Applied Energistics mod, everything is centered around this wonderful block right behind me. This is, let's turn that back on and look at it. Voila! Certus quartz ore in the Applied Energistics mod. It is a awesome ore. So every piece of ore that you harvest contains the block Certus quartz, and not every single one, but many of them have dust. Sometimes both. So whenever you harvest one of the ores, one of the blocks, you could get one of each. Most certainly you'll get quartz. Rarely you'll get quartz dust. You need both of these. In fact, it's really, really easy, just like everything else. To make this dust, you just grind up one of these in one of your fancy grinding tools. So where you want to find this at, you can find it near. It's not found like whenever you're mining for diamonds. It's not going to be found far low, but it is going to be found around the sea level area and below, not diamond level, but or in between diamond level, sea level, right in there. Typical. I have a mine. Let's see where I'm at right now. Yeah, I have a branch mine around 40, and this is what I do for aluminum, for copper, and for quartz. Is where I typically mine. So let's go up and let's get started with the Applied Energistics mod. Okay, today there's one thing, before I really dive into this, there's one thing that I really want to make. It's going to help, I think it's going to help me out a whole lot, and I hope you find benefit in it as well. What it is, before we do anything, hey, get back here! Alright, I want to build the work table from the forestry mod, and I'll tell you why. It's really, really simple. It's a book, it's a crafting table, and it's a chest. And shift click that mug, and look, I have a work table. Now, work tables are very awesome because many different reasons. It'll store recipes in it, and it will also store items in it. So there are things that we're really going to need for the Applied Energistics. We're going to need, of course, the quartz and the quartz dust. We're going to need nether quartz. We're going to need a lot of redstone. We're going to need some glass. We're going to need gold. We're going to need iron. Going to need some sticks, and who knows what else. We're going to put wood in there just in case. All sorts of things we're going to need today to get this sucker going. The other thing that we're also going to need is something that's called silicon. Silicon is used in many of the recipes, and it's very, very, very easy to get. It's easy to make. Basically, it is this quartz dust smelted. So I'm going to make some of that right now. Okay, I've typed Applied Energistics in. Here's just kind of an overview of all the things that are involved in this mod pack. We're not going to look at all of these today, but we're going to look at a lot of the major stuff that the basics for building a storage system. The ME controller is a basic, something that you have to have. ME drive is something that you have to have, something that you need, and a bunch of other things that you could get into. Here's a access terminal, something that you need, but we're going to go one step further and just go ahead and make a crafting terminal today. It's awesome! We'll show you a little bit about why it's so awesome. And then you need all sorts of ME cable. This is how you connect everything up, and all the recipes will be provided, and we'll show you. So every single piece of the machinery that we're going to add onto this has to run through the ME controller. So we're going to look at this recipe right now. Okay, so the recipe for the ME controller is 4 pieces of iron, a advanced processor, and 4 flux crystals. Okay, now there are 2 things that if you're unfamiliar with the applied energistics mod that you will have no idea what they are. First one is the flux crystal, and it's very, very easy. It's redstone, it's quartz, and it's nether quartz. So we'll pop that recipe right up there, and we have got a bunch of all of this for today. And so we'll just grab a whole bunch of that. Now the cool thing about this little table is it remembers. It remembers the recipe. So now if I need flux, it's got the recipe already stored in there, and that's awesome. That's something that is going to come in very, very handy as we dive deeper and deeper into this. Now the other thing that you notice is that everything up here, this isn't an actual stone, it's just the image of it. So these pieces aren't being taken up. All right, next thing that you're going to see that's not going to really make any sense unless you're familiar with the applied energistics mod at all is the processor, the advanced processor. So let's look at the advanced processor. Let's click on it, and it is a advanced processor assembly smelted. So what's an advanced processor assembly? Well, let's click on it. Very, very easy. It's a diamond, 2 pieces of redstone, silicone, and what the heck is this? A quartz cutting knife. Now this is something you're going to have to get used to if you're using the applied energistics mod. Let's go ahead and craft this up right now, and we'll talk about it, because almost a whole bunch of the stuff in the applied energistics mod, you're going to need the quartz cutting knife in order to craft it in your table or in your recipe. So let's see how to build it. They're very, very, very easy. So let's throw the recipe up there. As you can see, pretty much everything that we need is ready to go. And let's see, what is this? Alright. So quartz, and iron, and look at that. Look what I have created. A quartz cutting knife. Now you see it's popped up right there. So if I need another one, just click on that. Very, very cool. Good stuff. This is awesome. Okay, back to the ME controller. So, the advanced processor. Alright, I need a diamond, so I'm going to go run and get one real quick. Be right back. Alright, so, should have everything that I need. Got it. Alright, advanced processor assembly. Let's click on it. Okay, so what I need to make the advanced processor assembly is quartz cutting knife, a diamond, 2 pieces of redstone, and silicone. Let's shift click that arrow and blammo! An advanced processor assembly. Now, you're going to need more of these in the future for different things that you make, but I would not recommend making a whole bunch, especially if you're like me and you have a decent amount of these materials, but you don't have a whole lot. So I'm just going to make one because that's really all that I need. It's saved right there, so I'll get it later. All right, so next thing that I need to do with this is I need to take this and run it over here to a furnace and smelt that mug. Smelt, 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 smelt. You are smelted, and now I have made a ME advanced processor. So let's go back. Let's load it up. Let's press this book right here to clear the grid. The grid is cleared. All right, ME controller. Should have everything I need for the ME controller. So let's shift click it and blammo. I learned something new. Joel Platt, one of my viewers, I can say I actually have a viewer. Joel Platt, he's commented on almost every single video that I made. I like him a whole lot. I would pay this guy to follow me around to make sure that I don't say or do something stupid. But yeah, he's told me about the shift clicking. I called him out in another episode, said thank you. Really, really appreciate it. All right, next thing that we need is we need the part of the ME system called the access terminal. So let's click on it. Let's see what the recipe is. Okay, the recipe is 3 glass, 4 iron, an ME cable, and a conversion matrix. All right, so what's an ME cable? Let's figure out what an ME cable is. It's glass and flux dust. What is flux dust? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's look it up. Very, very easy. It is redstone, quartz, Certus quartz dust, and nether quartz dust. I should have all this stuff crammed away in my table, so we're going to shift click it. Now, we're going to need a pretty decent amount of this stuff, so I'm just going to make a little stack, and we'll just say that's good. This stuff, you're going to use it. You're going to use a pretty decent amount of it. So yeah, keep a little bit on hand. Like I said, I've got a lot, but I don't have a whole lot of things. So flux dust, very, very easy. The next part of the access terminal, let's see, do we want to make some cables right now? Yeah, let's make some cables. Let's make cables. Let's make a bunch of them. We're going to need more. Let's not go crazy. So let's just make 12 at the moment. But we will need them. We will be needing them in the future because I'm going to go crazy in his house making all this stuff. All right, clear that recipe. Okay, access terminal. Next, it needs a conversion matrix. What is a conversion matrix? Well, a conversion matrix, 4 pieces of iron, flux dust, quartz, nether quartz, and a ME basic processor. An ME basic processor is what? Well, it's a basic processor assembly that's smelted. What's a basic processor assembly? Let's find out. Oh, it's gold, redstone, silicone, and the quartz cutting knife. I have all of this in my table, so we're going to shift click that, and boom, got another one. All right, so let's run over to the smelter, and let's smelt this sucker. Smelt, 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 smelt. Smelt. All right, I have it. Let's go back over here, throw it up, clear that table, pull out my access terminal, and shift click that sucker because I'm lazy and don't want to move all the parts. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're not there yet. Okay, conversion matrix, conversion matrix, conversion matrix. Where am I? Okay, conversion matrix. Now this is what I wanted to shift click. Boom. All right, got that sucker right there. Okay, clear this table. So how do we make the access terminal? Very, very easy. We've got the glass, we've got the conversion matrix, got the cable, we've got the iron. Let's shift click that, and look, I've got the access terminal. Now, we're not going to stop here with this access terminal. I kind of hinted that we're not satisfied with it, okay? We need something else. And in order to do what I want, this is awesome, is the crafting terminal. The crafting terminal shows you, okay, we're just going to make it and then I'll explain it later because it's really, really cool. All right, ME crafting terminal. Let's get on it. Okay, so I need a crafting table. Got the wood for that. Got glass. Got the access terminal. Got the iron. But what's this little sucker right here? Storage cell. Well, let's look at it. It's an ME basic processor. Okay, we've done that before, right? Yeah, we did. We've done that before. We've got everything we need, and boom. All right. pull up that crafting terminal. Let's pull up that storage cell. We should have quartz. We should have redstone. We should have the basic process. Oh, wait, we don't have the basic processor because I need to smelt that mug. All right, let's go smelt. Smelt! We should have everything that we need in there now because I have smelted that basic processor. Let's shift click and see. Yes, storage cell. Okay, so the other thing that I need is, let's clear this out. Let's just make a little crafting table real quick. Very, very pretty. Oh, crafting table. Guess what? Too bad. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to my crafting terminal, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crafting terminal. Got the glass, got the storage cell, got the crafting table, got the iron. Let's do this. Let's do this. Bop. Ba-da-ba. Okay, so everything right now, we've got the ME crafting terminal. We've got the ME controller. The next thing that we're going to need is storage. Ooh, what is storage? Let's look at it. Let's look at the ME drive. Here is the recipe for it. A chest, 4 pieces of iron, glass, and basic processors. 2 of them. So we're going to make sure we have all the components that we need, and we're going to get this going. Alright, so I've got my ME drive, got the recipe up there, and should have everything that it needs. And boom, we are going to shift click that. Okay, so these 3 things make up the basis of the storage system. As I lay it out, we're going to explain it and we're going to talk through everything. Okay, there are 2 more things that we need to make. One is storage, and then the other thing is what's called a storage bus. Let's make the storage bus first, and then we'll make storage for the drive next. So the storage bus is an ME cable, ME interface, and iron. So let's pull this sucker up. Okay, there are all sorts of different storage buses, but we just want a plain old storage bus today. So we're going to look at it. We're going to have to craft it and create it. We should have everything that we need. We need inside our bench. So we'll just go ahead and get this sucker crafted right up. Alright, should have everything that we need. We've got our ME interface, we've got our ME cable, and we've got 3 iron ingots. And this is going to make an ME storage bus. So let's shift click that and boom. We'll show you what it does, and then we're going to create a whole bunch more kind of off camera as I get all this set up. Okay, and lastly, we need storage, some kind of storage unit. Storage is very, very expensive. It's very, very expensive. So we're going to start small. You can see there's 1K storage, there's 16K storage, there's 64K storage, and there's 4K storage. We're going to start with 16K storage, okay? This is medium run-of-the-line. Now, let me tell you how expensive this storage is. Okay, just for this one piece of storage, it's going to take 17 quartz dust, 16 gold ingots, 104 pieces of redstone dust, 1 diamond, 48 quartz, 9 pieces of glass, 4 pieces of glowstone, and 6 iron ingots. Okay, I have a awesome spreadsheet that I found on Reddit, and I'll link it into my video. It should pop up right about, come on, pop up, right now. I will link to this spreadsheet. What you do is you download it on your computer, and then you can add how much you want, and it'll give you the quantities, because I'm going to tell you right now, these recipes are confusing. They're a little bit hard to get into. So we're going to make one 16K storage, and anything else we'll use smaller measurements of storage, but we're only going to use one, and that's what we're going to make. Okay, so I need to run down and grab some glowstone. I should have everything else. We're going to go ahead and put that recipe in the crafting. Oh, gotta clear it. In the crafting table, and we're gonna run on down. Okay, I pulled up the recipe for 16K storage. Okay, it says it can store 16,000 different bytes. It's a pretty decent amount of 63 types. So that means 63 different items. So like cobblestone would be an item, smooth stone would be an item. So it can only hold 16 different items, but it can hold a whole bunch of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to craft this. Now I want to tell you, these things are very, very, very complicated. They're very complex. I know it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just glass, redstone, and iron, and a storage block. But what's a storage block? Well, we'll click on the storage block. The storage block is 3 storage segments, glass, and glowstone. What's a storage segment? So you click on a storage segment, and it's a storage cell, glass, basic processor, and redstone. So what's that? And then you click on that, and you just keep going deeper. And the bigger amount of storage that you have, the deeper that it gets. So you can see why this is such an expensive thing. Very, very expensive. 16K storage is expensive. I listed off everything on the recipe. I mean, it takes a diamond and all this other fun stuff. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go ahead and craft it. I'm going to need a bunch of these basic processors to get going. Okay, I've gone through everything and I should have it ready. It should be good. So let's shift click and boom. Okay, so I have my storage. Alright, this is a crazy recipe, and it's a headache. It gets very, very confusing. I got very, very confused making it. Like I said, you don't realize how crazy it is until you start seeing these storage segments. You need 3. You need 3 to create. When you just keep going down, it's like you need 3. It's very, very expensive. So as you can see, I've kind of gone through a lot of those resources that I had. I've still got a pretty decent amount, so I can continue going on through this path and making and shaping everything. But I'm gonna need to make some more cable and some more storage buses, and then I should be good to go and get my system all crafted up. Okay, so I am here, and this is my typical storage room. It's just a bunch of chests. I'm going to kind of show you some of the awesome things that I can do here with the chests with this system as well. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, and let's just begin to set up our ME storage system. Alright, first thing that you need is to set up your ME controller, which I've already made that. The ME controller needs to be supplied with power. So I have it down here. Let's see, where's the face of this thing? I think it's over there. I think click on it right there. And configuration, I want out the bottom output. Let's make it out to let's not do anything, and we'll just drop it down. We'll drop it like it's hot from right here. Okay, so the ME controller needs power, and this is basically the hub of your entire storage system. Every single thing, every single piece that you have in some way, shape, or form needs to be connected to the controller. So we're going to put it somewhere tucked away, somewhere safe, but somewhere accessible. So I've put it back here behind everything, putting it out of the way. So I'm just going to drop it right there and attach power to it. And you can see it is warming up, which is good. That's what we want it to do. Okay. The next thing that we need is we need our access terminal. And I'm probably going to set that up somewhere accessible. If you look up here where this hole is, this is what I've been calling my workroom. So I'm just going to set that right there. I think I set it upside down. We'll go up there and set it. Now, I guess I could swap this out, but we're going to keep this around. I'll move everything around here later on. All right, so crafting terminal. Put that sucker right there. And clicking on it, and it says unable to communicate with controller. So I need to get it hooked up to the controller somehow. And in order to do that, I need ME cables. So we're going to run back down, run back in, and we're going to wire it into the controller. Just pop that up right there. Okay, the next thing I want to do, if you guys notice where we're at, that's my diamond chest where all my ore is held. Okay, so I want to take the storage bus and attach it to that. Now look, it is attached to the bottom of that chest. So I'm going to have to take this down one more. Yeah, that's good right there. All right, I'm going to have to attach that. Just kind of loop it around. We'll loop around through the back. Should be able to. Nope, water. Oh, good. Yeah, you shouldn't. Ah! I just want to store things. All right, there we go. Bop. Oh. I ruined everything. Okay. So much for taking it into the back. Alright, so we'll just drop it down here. So this is a work in process. Alright, so here's the ME controller. Here's the crafting terminal. And there's the storage bus attached to my diamond chest. So we're going to go up and we're going to look and see in the access terminal what goodness is in store. The access terminal does just what it says. You access things to it. But this is a crafting terminal, so let's look at it. Here is everything, and I mean everything, that's in my diamond chest. Okay, and you can figure out how to sort it. You can sort it by number of items. You can sort it by priority. You can sort it by item ID, the name alphabetically. We'll sort it by number of items. Now, open this up and you can see all this stuff is there. All right, everything's there. We've got the basic processors, got the glass, got all that. So if I wanted to make, let's just say, an iron door, I've got all the materials up there. And I can very, very easily make the iron door. If I want to clear it out, just press clear. You see how awesome this is? This is all my inventory, right? And I can easily access it here at this terminal. Now, you see the craziness of this whole ordeal. I could technically attach storage buses to every single chest in this storage room and be able to access it through that one point right there, the crafting terminal or the access terminal. The access terminal does the exact same thing. You can access everything, but it's not the crafting table. I like having the crafting table there, part of it. It's worth a little extra. So I could technically do that. The other thing that I can do is I built this ME drive. So let's attach it to the system as well. We'll throw that right there. You see that it's powered up. And I'm going to put in a thing of storage. Now, every single thing that I add in to the system through the terminal will go to that storage disk. Now, if I just add it to this chest, it's not going to add to the disk, the storage drive. It's just going to add to the system. And it's kind of confusing. But if I add something, say I add a Paradot-X, and just adding it, I'm adding it to the storage drive, and we'll go down and show you. Lots of walking, lots of walking, lots of walking. Sorry, so much walking. Now look, one type is stored in the system. That's very, very cool. What is that one type? That's my axe. Neat, huh? Very, very cool. So everything that I dump into that system there is going to be accessible here. It's going onto that drive and it's storage, and I can access it and I can use it and I can craft it. I love it. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to further refine the system, and I'm just going to set it up the way that I want to so that it's working and working good for me. Yeah, so we'll cover this up right here with the quarried stone. Bop, bop. And all that fun stuff. Alright, so this system is going through the power rather fast. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to find another power solution besides these steam dynamos. I'm going to have to find something that's running constantly to match the demands for all my power system. Because this will take a lot of power and it will drain it constantly. It's constantly in use. So in the upcoming episodes, I will be figuring out a system that's better than steam dynamos, and will replenish itself, because this just kind of gets frustrating. I ran on a test world coal coke versus regular coke, and I'll be honest with you, there's not much difference between the two. It's not as much of a difference to be worth the amount of time that it makes to make coal coke to work in the steam dynamos. I know for some other engines, it is totally worth it. But I would say for the dynamos, it's not. Like, the rate that it burns through coal coke compared to the amount of time that it takes to make coal coke, it's just not worth it. So I'm probably just going to use plain old coal. It produces about the same amount of energy. It doesn't last as long as the coal coke, but it's still... it's justifiable in my eyes. So anyways, what I'm saying, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to upgrade my power system because I don't like it. Okay? That's what I mean. With all that blah, blah, blahs that I was talking about, my power system needs to be upgraded. Alright, so this is Darth Tamanus here, just letting you guys know that, in the upcoming episodes, I will be upgrading my power system, bunch of other things that I'll be doing. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you find just really, really good uses for the Applied Energistic Storage System. Like, as I said, this is just the basics. There's so much more that you can do with this system. You can automate so much, but right now we're just using it to simply store and access everything. Off camera, I'm going to work on upgrading it and get everything set up the way that I want it, and I'll probably show it off in another episode or so. But that's it for me today. Hopefully I didn't say anything too stupid. Anyways, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. I'd love to interact with you. You can interact with me through Google+. I love Google+ now. I wasn't too big of a fan when it first came out, but I'm using it all the time now, mostly for YouTube stuff. Comment on the videos. Let me know if I'm saying something stupid or doing something wrong. Let me know if you have any questions or you can't get something to work out. please ask. I'm not the smartest person ever, but I may have an answer. Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this isn't an incredibly long and crazy episode and boring and all that stuff. But anyways, I hope you're having a great day. I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye.